Hi guys, welcome back. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Chelsea and I have made it to Utila finally. It was a long travel day. I have actually been here for a week now, but I haven't filmed anything. I've finished my open water certification. Yeah, it took a few days. Today I'm doing some fun dives, and then this evening I'm doing my first advanced open water dive. It's a night dive, kind of worried about it, but we'll see. I'm sure it will be fine. There's apparently bioluminescence, so I'm sure I won't even be thinking about it. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I'm a little bit nervous for it, but today I'm taking my GoPro. Didn't take it during the course because I just wanted to focus on learning, but I'm gonna take my GoPro today, so let's go see what we can find. So this dive was my first fun dive after completing my open water course.
I was making my way across town, trying to get to you. I've been keeping my phone on no sound, facing you out, that's true. Now I get butterflies just thinking about your eyes, and that can't be all bad. Things came up, things went down, maybe turn back around.
These are two of my best friends, Ashley and Kelsey. We actually got to do this fun dive together. Kelsey is a dive master, and at this point Ashley was training to be a dive master, so she had just started and I had just finished my open water course.
Carried me far, far away, and that's why I couldn't make it today. To a coffee shop date.
So I will try to identify as many fish as I can in this part of the video. I'm not 100% sure that I'm getting them all right though. I do believe this is a filefish. This is a moon jellyfish. I didn't realize, but apparently you're not supposed to touch them. But here I am touching it anyway.
Dial your number on the tone to set things straight. Things come up.
So this dive site is the Halliburton wreck.
Turn back around.
These little fish that I'm filming here are my favourite fish. They are fairy basslets. It is about 30 meters deep, so you do need your advanced course to be able to visit it. This is a moray eel. He was just chilling in the wreck there. So the Halliburton is a cargo ship that was actually intentionally sunk in 1998 to provide the island with a good site for wreck diving. So this fish here is a parrotfish, and this one is an angelfish. This was a fireworm. Apparently they're pretty dangerous to touch. Again, I didn't realize that when I was filming it, otherwise I probably wouldn't have got so close. And here is the Halliburton from far away. Here we are completing our 3-minute safety stop.
Carried me far, far away, and that's why I couldn't make it today.
This fish here is called a drumfish. They are absolutely beautiful. We have another moray eel that was in a little bit of a cave. These fish are called squirrelfish. I think that these are absolutely adorable. I have no idea what this fish is called, but it made me jump when it moved. This is a hogfish. Now this fish was absolutely huge. Apparently they're not normally this big.
A coffee shop day. A coffee shop day.
Again, still filming my favourite fairy basslets. There's another squirrelfish. I'm not sure what these fish are called. Another rainbow parrotfish. I have absolutely no idea what these are, but they looked funny. Here I am letting you guys know that I am okay. So this little island here is one of the day trips that you can go on with Paradise Divers. It's to an island called Waterkey. You can do it with other companies as well. but Paradise Divers do organise these trips. I believe it cost around $15 for the day, and it's to a small little island just off of Utila. If you're lucky while diving in Utila, you might see some dolphins when we're on the boat. The boat will stop so that you can jump in and swim with the dolphins. I've had a few amazing experiences where I actually got to play with some of the dolphins.
As you can see, the scenario is she has fallen and there's electrical cables around her. Okay? Take it away, Lily. Okay, so when we came in, you did that second. So when we come in, remember we want to assess the situation, right? Remember not to block the camera because Chelsea will be upset. Just remember that metal on metal can transfer electricity.
Can I help you?
Okay, well. Please call the emergency 911. Fast.
So after doing your open water and advanced courses, then you have the option to become a rescue diver. So for this, you learn lots of essential safety skills such as calming down panicked divers, how to tow tired divers or panicked divers, and how to rescue unconscious divers from under the water and on the surface. This is our emergency first response session. So this is us just learning first aid related to diving.
For help, and you guys are the only ones that responded.
Hello? Okay, I will call the emergency.
If he's not breathing, tell them that we'll start CPR.
Okay.
So also with Paradise Divers, we rented a private island for one of the nights that I was there. It's called Sandy Key, and it is just one little house, like an Airbnb on an island, and you get to rent it for an entire night. And if you're lucky and you do a bit of snorkeling, you might be able to see some nurse sharks or eagle rays around as well. Wow, this is insane. We have booked out like a private island for the night. So you get a house, lots of people, and a beautiful view. So we spent the evening watching the beautiful sunset at Sandy Key, and then we just had a little bit of a party for the rest of the night. Imagine getting a private island to yourself. That's Sandy Key. It's amazing. So this place cost, I had a look at the conversion, and it costs 420 something pounds for a night between however many people there are here. So we paid about $30 each for this private island. So now moving on to my dive master training. For your dive master, you actually have to assist a lot of courses. So this was my open water assist. So all of these people are brand new to diving and learning essential skills such as clearing the mask and recovering their regulators. Here you can see the instructor performing a no mask swim. So he takes off his mask, swims for a little bit, and then he will put back on his mask and clear it. This is an essential skill just in case your mask breaks or gets knocked off. So there is a brand new aeroplane wreck in Utila. This plane actually crashed only a few months ago. I believe it was around May sort of time. I could be wrong, but I think it was around then. There was lionfish, you can see a crab under there as well, 2 big lobsters, some more lionfish. This little spotty eel thing. So this is from when I was assisting an advanced open water course. You have to perform lots of different skills again, just like the open water course. Here they are on their deep dive, doing some skills just so that they can get a feel for the differences in pressure at this depth and how it affects your motor skills. Here is the instructor dancing on the aeroplane.
We all live on time we borrow.
Because the aeroplane is quite new, it doesn't really have any corals growing on it yet. It's just a bit dirty, so we wrote our names on it. And here I am exploring the wreck a little bit.
Like a spark
More so posing for the camera.
in the wind.
So these fish are called something like spade or space fish, I'm not sure exactly, but apparently they're quite rare and you don't see them around a lot. On the advanced course you do a peak performance buoyancy session where you just practice using your lungs for the buoyancy to control whether you go up or down.
The day is dark as night, and the drums of war are getting loud.
Here are some more beautiful views of the waters of Utila. Here is a moray eel. You rarely see them moving like that, so that was pretty cool. Here are these little bulby looking fish again.
Be knocking.
I have no idea what this fish is. Here are 2 beautiful angelfish. And we're back at the Halliburton. We go here quite regularly and it is definitely one of my favourite dives. I do believe that this one was actually my 60th dive, which to complete your dive master you do need 60 dives. And so this was a very exciting dive for me. Here I am swimming through the wreck.
And the drums of war are getting loud.
Now I have no idea what this little fish is, but he was very playful or trying to hide from me, I'm not really sure, but he came up and bumped into my camera at one point.
Gonna find your corner.
Here's Ashley being a ballerina. So on the advanced course, because you do deep dives, we have a drop tank, which is essentially spare air in case anyone runs out. So here they are just practicing using it just in case they were to ever encounter this situation. They know how to switch to use the drop tank. Also on the advanced and the open water course you do some navigation, so here are the students doing some navigation. Here I am doing a backflip while I'm waiting for them to complete that.
Snow. Yes, here we are, shining diamonds, burning bridges.
And also while we were waiting we decided to play noughts and crosses in the sand because why not?
Are getting louder, a sound you never.
So this is me doing my first ever lead. As another skill as a dive master that you have to complete is to lead certified divers. So these guys already had their open water certification and this is my first time ever leading. So you have to make sure to keep them at the right depth and check their air every now and again. This squirrel fish was the absolute cutest little thing. Look at his eyes. This is a trumpet fish. This is one of the wrecks. It is called Ron's wreck. I have no idea when it was sunk or whether it was on purpose. These are some squid that we saw.
You and I, we're trouble inside. Beating hearts don't lie. An empty page, a story to write. I'm in love, you're divine, and it's all in our signs. We're going away. Get your bag, check the tag. Decision is made. Lock your door, need no more. It's already paid. Cancel your mail for a while. It's a journey for life, and I'm going.
Hey, lead in.
cannot go wrong.
So this is a site in the north of Utila called CJ's Drop-Off, or the Great Wall, and wow, it was insane. It goes so deep. Here are my favorite fishies again. This was a huge trumpet fish. So another skill that you have to perform for Dive Master is an equipment exchange. So this is me and Ashley sharing one regulator while we are exchanging all of our equipment. So only one of us is allowed to breathe at a time. So here you can see that we are switching our fins.
There for a while. It's a journey for life, and I'm your ride. Hang on.
And then we're also switching our BCDs and tanks as well. Again, still while sharing one regulator. This is supposed to be a very stressful skill, and I was actually very worried to do it, but actually we kept it really calm and we did really good. We got top marks for it, which was very good. Very happy about that. And then afterwards you have to swim for, I think it was about 15 meters, while still sharing the regulator.
And I cancel your mail for a while. It's a journey for life, and I'm your ride. Hang on.
And here is a very small little stingray, but it is the only stingray that I got on video. So there are lots of other really cool ocean life in Utila. We often see eagle rays, but I have only ever seen them when I have not had my GoPro with me, unfortunately. But I have seen them a couple of times and they are absolutely beautiful. I could sit there all day just staring at the eagle rays.
God, I'm praying I'm not alone in this air.
I did once have a shark sucker on my leg. It was a very small little one. Those little fish that swim along stuck onto sharks. And again, I did not have my GoPro for this, unfortunately, but it was a really fun experience. He actually stayed on my leg for the entire dive. Unfortunately, I was not lucky enough to see a turtle while I was diving in Utila, but if you are very lucky, then you will be able to see one. This is, again, a video that my friend Drew sent me. Okay, so I am going to do a quick tour of the accommodation at Paradise. So our room is very messy. We're in room 8. It's very messy because there are 4 of us in here. But yeah, we just have 2 bunk beds. And then, yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. We get a table. All the rooms are slightly different. Some rooms only have 3 beds, some have 2 beds. Yeah, they're all a little bit different, but we are 4 people that all knew each other before, so we all wanted to be in the same room. And then we have this. It's just outside the room. There's 2 hammocks. The bathroom is being used.
Or if you're looking for someone who won't pretend.
This is actually our old room that we used to have. There was obviously a couple in here that's pushed the beds together, but they were separate.
Be fine
Another hammock back there.
forever.
This is the bathroom. Just basic. There is actually hot water at the moment as well, which is nice. And then this is the office where you do all of the coursework, written stuff for the courses. And then through here is the actual office. Comes with a cat. Hi, Killa. Yeah, her name is Killa. She kills everything. And then a little seating area out here. And then there's a restaurant just opposite. And then the dock is right there, which is where we get the boat from. The boat is normally there, but they're all out on a dive at the moment. And there is a kitchen, which we're getting lots of new utensils for at the moment. So there's a fridge, there's a hob, and then, yeah, just basic stuff. They are actually working on getting more utensils and pans and everything for the kitchen. I think some have just been brought, so it's going to be a bit better in here. This is where we wash our gear after dives. And then that is pretty much it. There is a duck here as well. There's actually 2 ducks. This duck is evil though. He bites people. But yes. Oh, I thought that was a person behind me then. Yeah, so there's actually 2 ducks, 3 cats, 2 dogs that visit very regularly, and they are my favourite dogs. The names are Cabron and Precious, and they're just adorable. Hi guys, so I'm actually coming to the end of my time in Utila. Unfortunately, I'm actually leaving in 2 or 3 days. I have been convinced to stay here much longer than I had originally planned. It is the kind of place where you go to and just fall in love and don't want to leave. I absolutely love it here. I've been diving with a dive shop called Paradise Divers Utila, and yeah, it's been some of the best weeks diving daily. It's been absolutely insane. I love it so much here. So I actually did a package, I guess, called Zero to Hero, where I did my open water, advanced open water, rescue diver and dive master all in the same dive shop. So I started with my open water. That took me about 4 to 5 days to complete, including the videos, the confined sessions, the open water sessions, and then the fun dives. And then my advanced open water took 2 days for the actual course, and then I had the fun dives. My rescue diver again took about 2 or 3 days, and then I started my dive master in training. So for all the courses, I paid for my open water and advanced open water together, which was about just under $500, including accommodation, which is an insane deal because in other places in the world I've seen them for $500 just for the open water, not including accommodation. So to get 2 courses for that price and free accommodation while you're doing your courses is absolutely insane. My rescue diver course and emergency first response, which is the first aid part, were $320, again including accommodation and everything that you need to complete the course. And then the dive master is $920. So in total I spent like about $1,700 US to do that many qualifications in scuba diving, which is absolutely insane. I got free accommodation for the whole time, and to start your dive master you actually need 40 dives, and after you finish your open water, advanced and rescue, most people have around 17 to 20 dives. So you need a lot of dives, and I originally thought that I was going to have to pay for all of these extra dives, so I thought that it would be really expensive because it would cost me a lot more money than it did. But actually when you sign up to do the dive master course, you get all of those dives for free. So I had about 2 weeks of free diving, just doing fun dives just to get my numbers up, which was absolutely amazing. I saw so many beautiful things during that time, really enjoyed diving over those 2 weeks. As soon as I got to 40 dives, I was allowed to start assisting on courses and performing all the skills that you need for dive master. And yes, yesterday, what was the date yesterday? The 8th of November, I actually finished all of the skills for my dive master. So tonight I have what they call a snorkel test, and this is basically just like a graduation for the dive master program. I think most places in the world do this when you complete dive master. So it's a snorkel test is what it's called, and they basically just get you drunk. They ask you loads of questions, they give you a little quiz, get you to perform certain skills, and then pour a lot of beer and alcohol in a snorkel and make you drink it. So that is tonight for me. We'll see how that goes. So I'm diving at a shop called Paradise Divers Utila, and it is literally one of the cheapest places in the world that you can dive. Utila, and especially this shop, is actually one of the cheapest on the islands, if not the cheapest. I'm not entirely sure how much the others charge, but when I was looking around, they all seem to be about $350 for an open water, including accommodation, whereas Paradise Divers is $250, including accommodation. But yeah, for me, Paradise is amazing. I love it. It feels like a family there. Everyone's so inclusive. It's quite a small shop, but I really like that about it because you know everyone there. So also if you are doing fun dives, then you tend to do 2 fun dives in a day. So you can come here and not do a course, you can just do fun diving, and it costs, I believe it's around $25 per dive. So if you're doing 2, it would be about $50 a day for fun dives. I'm not entirely sure if that includes accommodation or not. I think that it's absolutely insane that you can do from your open water to dive master with only $1,700. in most places in the world you will not find it that cheap at all. And something else that I'm really excited about with having done my dive master here is that now I'm not entirely sure how many other dive shops in the world do this. I know obviously some will. I'm not sure if it's everywhere or if it's just certain shops, but after completing my dive master at Paradise Divers, I will get free fun dives for life, obviously as long as the shop is here, which is insane. So if I ever want to come diving, I can just come to Paradise Divers in Utila and do a little bit of work in exchange for free dives, which is an amazing deal. Diving is not a cheap activity, so to be able to get free dives whenever I want somewhere in the world is absolutely insane. I do hope that you consider coming here and doing your open water or dive master, do your zero hero like I did. It has been one of the best experiences here. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below letting me know what qualification you have in diving, whether you're a dive master as well. I would love to know. And if you're not, then maybe think about coming to Utila to get your diving qualification with Paradise. Hit that subscribe button to see more videos, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone.